Hi there, Angela here at So Bright Alpine Quilting. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday afternoon and wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if we don't see you or see you in store or see us on Facebook at all. This afternoon I thought I'd like to pop in and show you the quilt for the Wonderful Curves sampler that we're going to start as a sew along in January, probably mid to end of January by the time I get the kits sorted out. But we're going to be sewing it with beautiful boho cloth fabric from So Kind of Wonderful, the ladies who designed the quilt. So if you just like, Steve will take you on a little view of the quilt. So we're lucky to have this as the original quilt that's in the book. And we thank So Kind of Wonderful, Jenny and Helen, for loaning us the quilt. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this one was made with their first fabric range called Mod Cloth, hence the name Mod Sampler Quilt. The boho cloth fabric is a similar colorway, so it will look very similar in the end, but obviously it won't be exactly the same, and that's really good because we'll all be able to put our individual spin on it. So lots of new blocks, a few familiar old ones perhaps if you've had experience with the So Kind of Wonderful mini curves and the curve ruler. But with this brand new ruler, there's lots of different ways that we can go about making these blocks. And in the book, as I'll show you, there's a few different options for each block as well. And you can see the beautiful quilting that Sherilyn, the other sister, has done on the quilt. Well, I think it was Sherilyn. I hope it was Sherilyn. And so I'm looking forward to those 30 blocks in the quilt. So we'll be making them all. And as I said, we'll be doing it as a sew along. So what I'll be doing is making the blocks in the boho cloth and photographing my step outs along the way. And then we'll come in once every now and then and do a live demo. And we'll be making it in solids as well. So we'll be using all of these beautiful solids that you can see here. So we have lots of different solids. So I'll be picking from our range of different solids and probably put some texture in the background of that one as well. So if we pop into the quilting room, just let me make sure I can see you on the computer so I can say hello. In the background you can see the peacock through the window quilt that I've been working on, which is a Lisa Chandler design. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so pleased with how it's turned out. Computer doesn't appear to be cooperating, so I should rely on Steve. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. So if you want to say hello, please do. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking. So here we have the Wonderful Curves book from So Kind of Wonderful. So this one is cut out with the Wonder Curve ruler. I'll take that away, you might be able to see that a bit better. Is that all right? Put that. Is it better there? So it's another one of these wonderful rulers with the curve in the ruler. So when you're cutting out, you're putting your rotary cutter in the channel and getting a smooth curve, and all the blocks will turn out exactly the same, which is fantastic. So we'll be using that. In the book, you will see that there are beautiful full colour instructions on each block. And in some cases, you'll see alternate layouts. So you can customise your quilt to have a unique look rather than exactly the same as the ones in the book. And then, so as I said, 30 blocks, lots of different colourways. And then at the back of the book, it has patterns for 6 different projects. So we've got the sampler quilt in 2 versions, so a bright version without sashing. We've got the muted version, which is made with the mod cloth, as you saw out the back there. And then you have a solid version. So I'll also be doing a version in this colourway, which I just think looks fantastic. I love solids as well. And variations of blocks. Then we have, oops, sorry Steve. There is a small wall hanging here that uses 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 blocks. So if you don't have a lot of space but you still want to experiment. And then we have a couple of patterns that use 1 or 2 blocks to give you that tessellating look. So lots of fun you could have with that one. And this whirligig reflection, that uses 2 different blocks. And as you can see, so much that you can do with one thing. This one here is called Moonshine. And again, 2 different blocks. And then the workout quilt, which is 1 different block there. That would be a good scrap busting one. So that might be one that you could use with the scraps of the quilt when you make the big one. Another one here called Fan Dance. And then Twisted Stones, which is another 2 block quilt as well. So lots of different quilts. Oh, 2 more. Flying Geese and the Clubhouse Blues. And the basket chain. Well, that's more than 6, isn't it? Sorry, it must have been more than 6. 14 projects, sorry. The basket. So this one's really interesting block. Lots of different variations you could do with that one. And this floral froggy tulips. This one's called. So lots of different fun we can have with that. So onto the fabric. As I said, we'll be using the Boho Cloth fabric from So Kind of Wonderful and Free Spirit. And that comes in 2 colorways. This one is called Cool. And there are 8 fabrics in that one. So lots of different beautiful citrusy yellows and greens going into your blues and pinks and your purples. And then we have the warm palette or the hip palette. And they've got groovy names for them, like this one's called Lava Lamp. This one is Weave, Moonsticks, Starburst, Pampas, Vintage, Macrame and Ficus. So same patterns in 2 colorways, and so this is the warm, lots of nice buttery yellows and a bit of brighter yellow, soft pinks and darker pinks, oranges, bright pinks here, and a very dark eggplanty purple in the Lava Lamp there. So to go with those 2, to marry them together, there are 10 low volume fabrics. Now these are fantastic as well, so they incorporate both colorways and will work equally well with both colorways. So the first one is Vibe. Get that one out of the way. So we have Vibe that has like a little yellow and blue speckle on it. This one is Groovy. Then we have, what's that one called? Smooth. This one is called Peachy, so it's a lovely peachy little colour. This one in grey tones is Flower Power. Any shadow on those? Caning. So this one is reminiscent of the rattan cane furniture. We have this one with cross stitch, so this one has got the lovely brown, so that brings in the darker colours. This one is called Thread, so that's like a white overprint on a slightly limey pistachio sort of colour. Beautiful burst here with the purple on the white. And the last one is this light blue, similar pattern to the macrame, but this one is called Swell. So that has like 2 shades of blue on it and a white overprint of the triangle. So we're going to have lots of fun putting these all together. And the blocks I'll be making other blocks up in similar colourways than what you saw on the quilt. So you'll get that spread of warm and cool going across the quilt as you saw there of the colours. So as you see, you will start in one corner with the warmer colours and going down and around the bottom with the warm colours and keeping it cool across the middle and down the side. So I'm sure it's going to look fantastic, and mixing up all of the tone-on tones. Now this one has a sashing, so that'll be in a solid, probably white or just off-white. We'll see what the quilt likes when we've got a few blocks made as to whether we get white, like a true white or an off-white, or even a light grey. We'll just have to wait and see what works best with the quilt. So the kit that I've put together for this one will include half a metre of each of the patterns, so half a metre of the 16 different patterns, and it will include 60 centimetres of each of the 10 low volumes, and then it'll be 2.25 metres of the whatever sashing and binding that we're going to use. So it's going to come out at around $484 for the fabric kit. And of course you will need the Wonder Curve ruler, which I know a lot of you already have, and the Wonder Curve book as well. So all of these are now on the website. If you have a look in the online store, you'll find them in the Quilt Alongs and Challenge page. I haven't got the total kit price up there yet. What I've done is I've put through a pre-order deposit. So for $50, you can sign up for the kit, which I'll send you in January, so that you're not having a big expense in December. You can use some of that Christmas money that you get to pay it off. And the kits will start coming out middle of January, in plenty of time for starting off towards the end of January. But if you want to get something before Christmas, grab your book and your ruler, and maybe you want to look in your stash and see what you've got in your stash. The fat quarters, you can buy the fat quarters individually as well, or in a bundle, and we'll see how we go from there. So we'll also set up a private Facebook group, as we've done with all of the quilt alongs, where I'll share the step out photos of the blocks as I make them, and where I'll do weekly, at least weekly live videos, and we'll do probably half a dozen blocks a week. So we might work towards a block a day so that it's not taking too long to get through the quilt, because I want to get it finished as quickly as I can to show it off to you guys. So let us know what you think about that one. Other projects that we've got on the boil. We talked last time, we spoke about the sunshine quilt. So I'll just move this one out the way so that I can get the sunshine fabric out for you. So the sunshine quilt is a Jason Yenter project. And that's this one here, the sunshine. It was a block of them. It's been created as a block of the month, but we're just doing it as a pattern and fabric kit because there wasn't a lot of interest in a block of the month. And we haven't used exactly the same fabric, so I'll just pop this one down. I do have the original border fabric, which is this beautiful fabric here, which has gorgeous rainbow effect on it. That might look better up the other way. Sorry, Steve. So that's the border. Now, if you're not liking the white border, we do also have a black border available. This one was called Unusual Garden. So we're also doing kits in that colourway. We've put the beautiful Adelaide Pearl in black with it for all the sashing. Give us a little bit of bling. And I've put together a fabric kit using a mixture of different Jason Yenter ranges. So we've got some Florographics 5, we've got some Haven, and we've popped some Dit Dots in there as well. So just a beautiful rainbow of fabrics that will go beautifully across the spectrum there, as you can see. And they go very well with both borders. And up here you can see that I've started block number 1, and so that'll give you an idea of how the fabrics are going to work together. It's going to look fantastic. So it's all raw edge applique, or you can needle turn if you like, but raw edge is a lot quicker obviously. And we're using Vlisaflex in this case, and we're going to stitch it with some of the beautiful Wonderful Harmony threads, and probably just a blanket stitch. Some of them I might do a little bit differently, so some of the smaller ones I might do a just a little satin stitch, but that's going to look fantastic. So we're starting that one, I think it was the Monday the 10th of January. It's either the 9th or the 10th of January. So I'll be doing Facebook Lives with that one as well, and as I said, photographing the step outs and helping you to get the quilt made. And then mid-January we will start our summer holiday program, and we always start off with a template and ruler demo. So that one will be on Friday the 6th of January. So you can come along for $10, have a cup of tea, some morning tea, and watch a demo of all of our different rulers, templates, and see some projects to match. And then that's the prelude for the next couple of weeks of classes, of lots of different classes using those rulers and templates and some other hand techniques as well. So we've got a couple of English paper piecing classes. So we're going to work on either the Field of Blooms in English paper piecing, or you can choose the Tenderness pincushion or the Sherbet doily. So they're all little English paper piecing projects that you can start on the day. And then our slow stitching embroidery class will be based around the large mandala from Nikki Turvo. So there's 9 different ones in this. I've just grabbed 3 off the shelf just so that you can see. So in the class you'll get some instruction. You get the pattern that has the design already printed on the fabric, the stabilizer, 2 skeins of Valdani thread and a little 6-inch hoop to stitch in. And then if you want to display it in a hoop afterwards, you can purchase a 10-inch hoop afterwards as well. The other technique that I'm having a play with at the moment is the fabric art bowls. So we're working towards having a class of that one either late January, early February. So if you're interested in that, pop in your order for a book and keep an eye out on the website and in your newsletter. So probably in the January newsletter we'll have details of that. And the other English paper piecing project that I'll be working on next year will be the Grand Paddle Wheel. And that one is going to be a mixture of all different things. It's just going to be grab some fabric and do some fussy cutting and have a play. And before Christmas, I hope to be able to make a couple more of the little festive baskets for gifts. It's a great little pattern that can be used for lots of different things. We've got them made up in Christmas fabrics, and I've also made them up in this beautiful coffee fabric as well. So just 2 fat quarters will make you 2 baskets, and you can get that pattern as a free download when you purchase 4 fat quarters. So if you want that one, sing out. Otherwise, the other thing I'll be working on is a handbag. So I've been playing with this fabric from Marcia Durst. It doesn't look much at the moment, but it's Treasure Hunt. I've got the fabric pinned on to make a pocket, so I'm going to do an inset pocket. And I'm using this fantastic ombre zip that we've got from Lisa Chandler. You can find them in the shop now, and they come with these beautiful little heart rainbow metal zipper pulls. So it's like a zipper by the yard. I think there's 1.5 or 2.5 meters in each pack, and half a dozen zipper pulls. So have a look around on the website, see what's new. We've got lots of different last minute things for making gifts and giving gifts. Steve was just going to pan around to the left and show you a couple more fabrics that are new in store. So this one is called Say a Little Stitch. So a gorgeous little red and white panel that comes with some coordinating fabric. That's another one that we'll be making a quick little quilt with. And then a nice little beachy one. It's the turtles and shells and starfish and seahorse on it. And there's a few different coordinating fabrics with that one as well, and that also teams nicely back with some of the Time and Tide fabric and a couple of little batiks as well. So some panels make nice quick quilts. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And we look forward to seeing you in store in 2023 or out and about. We'll be at Craft Alive again next year in a couple of different places, but I'll fill you in on that early next year. See you next time. Bye-bye.